All right. You're not that big. Well, maybe you are. No, he's just mean. I'm gonna tell you, when the water's 57, 58. It was 51 when I was out here Sunday evening. So, oh, you're fat. I know why you hit so hard. He thumped this bait, guys, and he took off. Y'all seen the rest of it? He was throwing a fit. Well, he's a nice fish. I'm gonna say he's pushing 12. He's in that area. Okay. Man, this is the blue moon color. I'll show you the bait here in a minute. Okay, guys, this is blue moon. This is the new bait. It's called a tracer. That's what the company calls it. I think I'm probably going to stay with that for a couple reasons. I think people are going to be looking for this bait. They're going to be going online, typing in tracer, trying to find where they can buy them. Bam. Wow. Are you that mean? Good, gosh. Guys, I'm throwing at a lot of fish. I'm throwing at a lot. I done threw at 15, 20 fish since the last one. Like I say, a lot of them will not pay any attention to it at all. They don't want nothing to do with it, turn and run. And that's the way they've been up to the spawn. You know, even when they get on brush piles and stuff, and if there's 30 crappie there, you don't catch all of them, right? You go catch some off of them, they go quit on you. Some of them are just not interested. It depends on maybe what they ate. I don't know. So a lot of them are just not interested. That's a decent crappie though. I don't think he's 12, but I think he's right at 12. Now this is the Virginia shad color. Okay, that's Virginia shad color. I thought I would jump a couple colors there and try it. Now, the blue moon's a great color. It's one of my favorites. The Virginia shad seems to work anytime. All right, guys, this one was 40 foot out there, and I thought, well, I'm gonna try it. And I threw hard as I could. He was only a couple feet deep, so I counted it down and started reeling it, and he hit it. Didn't see him hit it, didn't see my bait. So a lot of times I don't. I just throw, take a chance. But I can tell you right now, I had one come about 20 feet from the boat. I threw over at him. He turned around and started following it. He followed to 15 foot. When he got to 15 foot, he went to the bottom like he'd been turpentine. What's that big blue thing? That thing could eat me. Yeah, they're spooky. They still are spooky. And they're probably going to be like it after the spawn because the water's dirty. I heard somebody talking about it the other day. I can't remember who it was now. Virginia shad. And they said, you got to think about it. They can't see as far either. So when they hear a noise or hear something, you know, they don't know if it's a big catfish trying to eat them or what. So, and that's true. When they can see 6 or 8, 10 foot, I reckon when the water's pretty clear, they know they got time to get away from something maybe. I don't know. Oh, you're a nice one. Oh, he's part bass. Y'all see that jump? He might be, but no. I was gonna say he might be a bass way he jumped. I was starting to wonder. Oh, you're a nice one. He was on the bottom, guys. Yeah, I moved to a little cove. This is a cove before Live Scope ever came out. We had down imaging, right? I had come in here and I'd fish down this bank every year in April. Late March, 1st of April, and catch nice crappie. I mean, you know, 12, 14 inches. And I can tell you right now, I used to catch them pretty deep too. You see the rocks on the bank and stuff? I figured they was using those rocks. But there used to be a tree in the water here. It's done rotted up now. I'm going back, guys. I've been here 23 years. I brought a friend in here one time. He wanted some crappie to eat. He said, I go crappie fishing, I never catch any. And he worked with my wife. Actually, he was her boss. Well, that's a nice one. That's a nice crappie right there now, guys. I don't think he's 14, but he ain't far from it. He's probably 13 and 5/8 anyway. And I brought him in here, and we left out of here with about 8 crappie that was that size. And a couple 11, 11 and a half. He wanted to get many. Went by. I said, no, we don't need no menace. I said, we're going to use, we use little grubs. I was using Yum grubs a lot then. Because that time of year, they would chase a grub and the water got one. Because the water was like 68 then, right? We had a ball right here. He talked about that every time I seen him. He'd go like, man, I took him crappie home and told my wife I caught him. She said, no, you didn't. I said, you tell you caught some of them? She said, yeah. She didn't want to believe me. He said, you never bring a crappie home that big. But, you know, bigger crappie, you just got to find them sometimes, you know. And back then, we just done a lot of fishing to find them. And we found areas that they like. What we learned from live scope is big crappie move around a lot until they spawn. Then they spawn, then they go back to kicking around open water again. That's why they're so hard to find. Now, that one was on the bottom. There's some small ones there on the bottom. Okay. Somebody made a comment, the last video, my live scope's clear. What's my settings? Watch this. Here's my settings. That's what I do, guys. If I run it out further, I change it constantly. If I'm looking like that, now when you take it out further, it automatically gives itself more power. And if I don't like the screen, it's too busy, I knock it down. If I don't think I'm seeing enough, I hit it and bring it up. That's my settings. I change it constantly. The only thing I have set is the color gain. I change it sometimes. Color gain around 80 to 85. All right, that's all I can tell you. Everything else, I don't know. I watched the Garmin Guru. Wrote down things. He's got oodles of videos out there. Check him out. I wrote down things that he said, the settings, and that's what I done. And I've had other people tell me, and I wrote it down. And I used to carry that with me for a while. And the other day, I didn't feel like I had a good picture. I kept getting a ghost tree. I went to options, went to sonar setups, factory default, took it back to factory default, started over again. Yep, took it off all the automatic stuff though. I don't like the automatic bottom and all that stuff. I done away with all that, but I started over again, readjusting it. It's kind of like cutting your computer off, cutting it back on. My son told me the other day, he said, Dad, you're not cutting your computer off enough. You need to cut it off. He said every night, because I go weeks not cut it off. He said, that's why you're having trouble sometimes of it not working right. It needs to update when it cuts back on. So the step finder's the same way. Sometimes hit factory default, start over. All right, guys. I thought this one was bigger because he was close to the boat. He followed me clean to the boat. I thought, yeah, the jig's smaller than him. Sometimes you just don't know. But hey, it takes a good bait to catch a fish that small. That's a little fella. He probably lucky if he may make 6.5 inches. That's about it, isn't it? And one thing about it, these couple of fish right here got the right attitude. That was I think the next cast. I get the fishing, guys, I don't count. But it was right back to back, let's put it that way. I said this earlier, a couple of fish ago, that I used to fish down this bank. And when I fished down this bank, where these rocks were right here, from that dock, the dock wasn't there then, okay? From there to about where this brush that would hang the water right through here was the best. I'd throw up against the bank, I've caught them right off the rocks. My bait would hit the rocks and I'd get it started and bam, catch one. And I'd catch them out here. If I couldn't catch them off the rocks, I would let my bait go to the bottom and catch them out here. And see, they're here. It ain't a bunch, but it's probably 30 crappie here and they're scattered. That's a nice fish though. He's probably just, he might be a 10 1/8. He might just be a hair over 10. He ain't much. Now guys, I don't know if I mentioned this. I'll try to put the colors on the screen. This is Wally. Yep. Now I done made Wally. I made Wally in the fathead. Then I made stock with that, and I made Wally in the new swim bait shape that I showed you. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it right there. I've caught them on Blue Moon. Let's see. And I said I moved, and the water got clear, so I got away from Blue Moon. Blue Moon's good in clear water too, though. But I have better luck with it when the water's got a little stain to it. I know it doesn't look that way, but it's a lot better here than where I've been. Virginia shad. What else did I use? I don't know if I used Creamy in this video or not, but I've been catching them on the multiple colors, and this is Wally. But I'll put the names on it. I know I'm gonna make this in Blue Moon, Wally, Virginia shad, Creamy. Okay, we'll get what colors we can in it. So I don't see those fish now. See, a lot of times when you catch one of them, the rest of them just move. They go like, no. I don't even see them. They go like, that's it. So here's a couple right here. See how they're holding the bottom? That's over that way. Right where the bottom starts going up. And that's where they like to hang out. Right where the bottom starts going up. And that's what it is here. See how fast it goes up here? Look where the fish are. Right there where it starts going up. Yep. So I'm sure they're spawning in this stuff, around this stuff right here, ain't they? That's rocks and pieces of wood. I can see the remainder piece of an old log coming in there. That's the kind of stuff I like to spawn around. You get these little coves like this, guys. And this is a spawned-in cove. So I've been fishing pre-spawn crappie today, places where they're holding up, getting ready to spawn. Appreciate y'all guys. See you next time.